Can't really see my eyes with those on, I guess. Hi, it's Ellis. First of all, I want to start this by saying that I'm going to be sharing strictly my own experiences. Nothing that I'm going to say reflects all trans people. Everyone's experience is different. Also, I want to add a trigger warning to the beginning of this. I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be mentioning at least depression, suicidal thoughts, dysphoria, disassociation, and birth control. So, um, I've been having a pretty crappy time lately. I'll start with some background of, I'm like 6 weeks on testosterone now, and when I first started, it was this sort of gradual, slow shift into a better mindset and just feeling better. And at the time, I thought that it was just an increase in my confidence that was making me feel that way and sort of feeling like I was on the right track, which I still believe was part of it, like a big part of it. Now I think maybe there was more to it than that. And the reason I think that is because recently I took some hormone-based birth control and it like totally thrust me back into feeling the exact same way I felt all the time before I started testosterone. Full of anxiety, my heart, like I could just feel, just that feeling you get when you have anxiety, that like harder, faster heartbeat, and like you can't get enough breath, and like you can't focus your thoughts, and just nothing is right. And I felt really depressed. I felt really dysphoric. I had that sense of the way disassociation feels for me, that sense of like you're falling, even though I would just be walking into the other room, or I could even be laying in my bed, but it felt like I was physically falling, like somehow I was like falling out of my body. I was getting a lot of that after taking the birth control, which is what I felt all the time before testosterone, and it's like I forgot that I felt that way. It reminded me of when I was in high school. My parents took me to see a chiropractor once a week for like 5 weeks. With each session, I felt a little bit better. And after the fifth session, I had no more pain. It was just easier to do everything because of that. We couldn't afford to keep going, and so the pain slowly started coming back. And when that pain started coming back, I was like, oh yeah, I used to feel like this all the time. I forgot that I used to feel so shitty because I've been feeling so amazing lately. It reminded me of that. I forgot how shitty everything was before I started testosterone. I forgot how angry and hurt and fake and just overall awful I felt all the time, just existing the way I was existing. Uh, yeah, and then I took hormone-based birth control, and I was forced to remember. Uh, it's starting to wear off now. I'm starting to feel more normal again, but it's definitely still in there. I'm not totally back to normal. I'm hoping after my next shot of testosterone that that'll be the end of it, and I'll be fine again. But feeling my body physically shake from all the anxiety I was having, and having to experience that, having to be a parent to my children while I hated existing. I don't want them to see that. Like, I want to give them my best. I want to be the best parent I can be for them. I don't want to be full of anxiety and anger and depression, and I don't want to be disassociating when they're around me. Like, that's not fair to them. Uh, it was really, really hard not to just fall into a loop of self-deprecating thoughts and feelings through this, which was all sort of catalysted by taking that hormonal based birth control. Worst decision I've ever made. I'm never doing that again. One of the positive things that I got out of it was that I almost feel like it's just another experience that validates and sort of reinforces that this is right for me. Like, I am trans. This isn't like a new thing. I've always been trans, and it's not just something that I decided to do or that I want to do. I decided to transition, but I didn't decide to need to transition or to need this. Like that's not the way it works. I don't think I could survive without this. The main thing that's been pulling me through this is knowing that hopefully the effects is going to wear off soon and I'll feel normal again soon. It's not this isn't just my mode of existence now. It'll go back to normal soon. This is just another experience that solidifies that I'm making the right decision. I'm making the only decision available to me if I want to continue living on this earth as a productive and functional human being. And again, that's not to say there are plenty of trans people who choose to do hormone-based birth control. Trans men specifically will take birth control the same reason as anybody takes birth control. And for some people, they don't have those negative effects from it. My experience doesn't reflect all trans men. It's just my experience, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you because I hadn't heard any trans men talk about this. I wish I had because I would have spared myself this experience. It sucks, but hopefully, me sharing this will help somebody. There are different options out there for you. There are non-hormonal based birth control options and lots of other things that you can do. Do your research, talk to your doctor, and I hope this helped you. Yeah, hopefully, if I decide to make another video, hopefully, my next one won't be so depressing. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.